Okay.
We're live! Oh, blimey. So, guys, sorry if you've just joined us. We've had an awful time trying to get this to work. We are very, very late. So we're just going to delete the other live that we had up there. So, yeah, apologies. We're trying to do two things at once. So we had scheduled the other live. Now we've got this one set up as live. So if you're on the other live, come to this live and we can join us for the live.
Well, the other live has just ended abruptly. So hopefully, there's
Yay!
Charlie, there's Sam. Or St.
No,
Cot, not St. Cot, sorry, not Sam, St. Cot.
Only the mothers can tell them apart.
Do you know why? Because I've just lifted up me glasses.
Charlie, how you doing? St. Cot, how you doing? I hope you guys are well. 707, well done, Charlie.
Ooh, well done.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so apologies, guys. We've had terrible problems. Dwayne, how you doing?
Hope you're well.
Well, we've had terrible problems trying to get this to work today. I don't know what has gone wrong, but it has been an all kinds of mess. So good to see you anyway. We're finally live. We are back from Florida.
We are.
This is our first proper live. When I say that, because we did one on Friday, but we were so jet lagged. Well, we are still jet lagged.
Still jet lagged, but yeah.
But this is our first proper live at home since we're back on Friday. And we've got some treats that we brought back from Florida. We are going to try on the live. Now, we've got several treats, but we're going to do...
Yeah, we're only going to do like a bit at a time, yeah. So we'll do some today, and then on the next live we'll do some.
Dwayne, I was going to ask you, because I remember you went to the umms concert. How was it? It was 2 weeks ago. You said it was fabulous. Did you have a good time? And did umms play all the tracks that you wanted him to play? And what has that been your favourite concert that you've been to so far? Freon said, "Hey, Mark and Kelly, I'm so sad. I just had my last day at school and I'm feeling like crying." Oh, Freon, do you know what? As we said to you before, I know you're going to feel, and that's natural because you're going to miss people, but you will see your friends still. They're still your friends. And this will be a new chapter in your life. So I know what I know what you mean.
You'll see some of your friends, not all of them.
Yeah, but the ones that you're close to, you will see. But do you know, it's perfectly natural to feel that way. So never feel bad that you're feeling so sad.
You should celebrate that you're moving on to be sad, but be excited as well. It's what they call bittersweet.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're sad because you're leaving that behind, but also excited because you're going to start your new chapter.
I hope the live can cheer me up. Well, we will try and cheer you up.
Try.
As everything drops on the floor, because we have got some little bits and bobs to try for you on the live, so you can see them as well. Dwayne said, "Oh, I did. umms did play all the tracks that I wanted him to play, and it's the best concert that I went to."
Wow.
Well, hopefully, Dwayne, you'll have many more.
Who was it that went to Taylor Swift?
No, Dwayne did go to Taylor Swift, but he went to a tribute act.
Yeah, I was going to say, what, better than Taylor Swift? But you went to a tribute act. But I imagine that would be still pretty good.
Karina, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to see you.
You made it over from the last one.
Yeah, sorry. We had such problems. It wasn't working, so we had to cancel it. Well, so he said, Freon, you will make new friends too. So think about it. Don't look at it as you're going to lose friends. Look at it as Karina's absolutely right. You'll have friends, and then you'll make even more friends, new friends. So you'll have those friends. Your friends will keep expanding.
Yeah.
Can you please share with me, since I'm so sad? Please. Well, we will. We will share them with you. Karina said, "Hi, Mark and Kelly. Have you recovered from your holiday?"
Do you know what? I feel like I need another holiday.
Yeah. That's really bad. Oh, it's really bad to say.
I feel like I need another holiday. People noticed my tan at work, which is quite nice.
Funny enough, they go, but you said to me, they said, "Oh, yeah, I could get that tan in my garden." I said, "Well, I didn't go out to sunbathe. It just happened to be hot." But do you know what? It's one of those things, Karina, because we are 5 hours ahead here in terms of time for as compared to Florida. My body clock is still on Florida time, as is yours. So we're trying to go to bed early, but we're not falling asleep to about. It's getting better. The first couple of nights we were falling asleep at 4 a.m. We're now falling asleep at 2 a.m.
Now I'm just waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, so we're now trying to revert it so we go back to UK time.
I'll go to sleep at midnight and wake up at 4 a.m.
So that's what we're trying to do. So it's adapting to the time frames. That's the difficult bit. It normally takes me about a week, but when we go to the States, we adapt really quickly.
Yeah, because we can get up early, and it's the only time Mark actually gets up early, unless there's breakfast included in the room, and then he'll get up early. But other than that's the only time. Otherwise, if we're here, he's sleeping till like 9 or 11 o'clock, and that's a big gap between 9 and 11.
Freon said, also, I don't have prom for 3 months. I'm going to be so bored. What am I supposed to do while my parents are working? Well, I tell you what, Freon, this is a really good time to concentrate on your channel.
I was about to say,
get some of your bus things in, because I want to see some more buses. I'll challenge you to finding some new buses for you to film. So that will give you something as well. Your friends are around, so they'll spend some time, because they'll be off as well. So you can spend some time with them.
Yeah, I would say do a strategy for your channel. Like, get like a journal or something like that. Look at what you want to achieve. Look at what you want to do, and all of that type of stuff. What is it you're going to film? When are you going to film? What time? Do you know what I mean? What equipment are you going to use? All of that type of stuff. And and sort of do a lot of planning, and like, where do you want your channel to go, kind of thing. That's what I would do. If I had the time, that is exactly what I would do. I'd plan this, plan that, and sort of, and get out there and start filming stuff.
We want to see some of your stuff. So use that as your motivation. Think of some things you want to film and get some filming done, because we did like your bus ones that you did. Dwayne said, well, since it was my birthday on March the 25th, I'm going to see a tribute act, and I'm going on the 3rd of October.
Nice.
What tribute act are you going to see?
Yes.
Dwayne, let us know. Dwayne also said, I've got my prom in 3 weeks. So you got your prom.
Wow, everyone's got their prom.
I know.
I want to go to a prom.
Let's go to a prom. Let's have the MK prom. Freon said, maybe the worst part is when I film, I'll be alone, which means I'll have no one with me. Well, not necessarily. There are some people that do want to come with you as well. What about Ali?
But I feel that's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine to be on your own. Plenty of people film, like my friend, she does a bit of filming. But she never brings her phone out. I mean, she brings her phone out, but she never takes it out. And I'm just like, just take it out. I want to see what's going on. But there are plenty of people who film on their own. There's been times when I've gone out and I've taken the camera with me to film whatever and stuff like that. So don't be shy in taking the camera out and filming and doing what you want to do. And it gives you sort of a direction of how you want your channel to go, because it's just you sort of filming and doing, and you can then dictate what it is you want to say, what it is you want to film, and all of that type of stuff. So don't be afraid. There's plenty of solo vloggers around, plenty.
Also, Freon, what about your lives? You used to do a lot of lives. I used to come onto your lives. So let us know if you were thinking of doing some lives. Don't worry about doing those on your own, because also as well, you'll get people watch them, and you'll get people, if you do your live, do it. Oh, Dwayne's doing Taylor Swift then. Oh, so it's Taylor Swift.
I think Dwayne's just saying, it was Taylor Swift's tribute concert.
Oh, that's right. But what about the one on the 3rd of October? Because you're doing one this October, right? So is that, you're going to go back to Taylor Swift?
Is it a tribute act again?
Yeah, it's a tribute act.
On the 3rd, yeah. Oh, nice.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Let us know, and I'll have to do you another pop quiz to see your knowledge on Taylor Swift. Karina said, I travel solo a lot, and I'm always asking strangers to take my pictures. You see?
Yeah.
You can always do that. You can always go solo. I mean, obviously, be safe around the area.
Yeah. But I've got some friends who did a lot of solo traveling. I've got one friend, she went all over the States, she went all over Australia, and then she did specific things, and like, she's really into Titanic, and she went and did a lot of Titanic stuff on her own. And then you know that there's a film called Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour, and they have like a little thing. I don't know. I think it's every year on the actual island where it took place and stuff. And my friend will go to that. And yeah, like there's loads of people that I know that do solo travel. So, you know, I'm not saying you do solo travel yet. But what I'm saying is You can take your camera out with you and start doing solo stuff. I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely.
They also, oh no, Eddie's away on holiday, and plus I'm going to. Oh, there you go! I'm going on a long summer vacation to Ireland on Thursday. I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to go to the airport.
Take your camera with you and start filming.
Lord Freon of Lancaster, this is your chance to get some nice, and also as well, what would be good is you'll be able to get footage of buses in Ireland, which will be different from the ones in Scotland.
Yeah, and you can compare them as well.
Yeah.
And see sort of like how the routes run, what are the differences, all of that type of stuff.
Do it, Freon, said Karina. Do it. Well, I think you should. And also, you can do some lives from Ireland as well. You can do lives from anywhere. As we've shown, we've done lives from Florida. So right now, guys, I'm going to show you some of the treats we brought back from Florida. Right, Karina, these might be familiar to you because they're not familiar to us. So there's a company called Goldfish. There aren't actually goldfish in them, but these are biscuits, and they did a Harry Potter butterbeer flavored biscuit. So we wanted to do that.
I want to say that they call them graham crackers. We would say Graham because we would pronounce it Graham, but you guys over there pronounce it Graham.
Well, these aren't graham crackers because graham crackers are the company, Graham. So these are Goldfish. But yeah, Kelly's right. There are that type.
I think they still call them graham crackers. It's like Hoover, but you're vacuuming. But everything is called a Hoover.
Reveal your spellbinding treat. Is this true, Karina? Are they all called graham crackers, or would you call this something else? So that
is butterscotch flavour.
Here we are.
Butterscotch flavoured.
This one is, what's this one? All right, so another one we got here, strawberry shortcake. Yeah, you're right, grams. There you are. You're right, grams. Naturally flavoured with other...
I watch a lot of American TV. A lot.
Naturally flavoured with other natural flavours. Isn't that a tautology? Anyway, that aside. And then we're going to switch back rapidly over to England because we're going to M&S. There's a few bits here we're going to try. So these are the new summer edition. These are the strawberries and cream mini bites. And this dip, St. Cot, you've got to try this one.
Everyone is talking about this dip. And then I got these chips to go with it.
There we go. And these chips are amazing. These are the fiery chili tortillas.
They go really well together.
Right.
I'm going to try them on.
Also, Mark and Kelly, I see in Ireland, I'm so excited that, and then when I'm home, my prom is on Monday. You see, From we're cheering you up already. Karina said, yes, good fish. I haven't seen those in grocery stores. Oh, have you not?
No, do you know where
Goldfish,
we picked these up from?
Target.
Target.
So we got these in Target. Sorry, Goldfish. Yeah, I thought you meant Goldfish. Yeah, so we got these in Target. And so anybody not familiar, I'd never heard of Target before. Target is like a supermarket.
Listen, like I said, I watch a lot of American TV. And I love Target, but I also love Trader Joe's. And I really want to go to a Buc-ee's. I've not had a chance to go to a Buc-ee's yet. But I've been to a Trader Joe's, love Trader Joe's, love Target. And when I was in Canada, Canadian Tire, love it there as well.
Freon said, also, Mark and Kelly, can I be a moderator? I know I've waited ages for you to moderate me for the channel.
Do you know what? Because there's two of us, we don't really... But I tell you what, we will consider it. If the channel grows and it then is not manageable for me and Mark, then we'll sort of like go from there. But at the moment, it's manageable for me and Mark. So we don't really have moderators on the channel.
But thank you for it. We will definitely take you up on that when we get more people on. Because like I said, when it churns quickly, I can't keep up.
Yeah,
so
I'd be like, oh.
We will do it when it gets busier. Karina said Target is evil.
Is it?
Well, it depends what you mean. Is it evil in the sense you don't like it, or is it evil in the sense that it's so good it basically draws you in? Well, I've got to say, we spent a fortune in there because we go, oh, that's good.
Do you know what? I got cran grape. No, what was it?
You got cran grape?
No, I got cran white peach. Was it cran mango or cran watermelon?
Yeah. So basically, it's cranberry and peach, cranberry and watermelon, cranberry and mango.
Yeah, it's so good. It has so many. I'm telling you, I went in there and I was like, it's almost like, it's like a smaller, even the super tuckies is like a smaller condensed version of maybe Costco, in the sense that they have a fresh food section and they do all of these sugar cookies and like cupcakes. Those are the sort of things you'd get in Costco. There's no other place really that I know. I mean, Marx's, they'll do sort of like, they have a fresh food section, like a fresh bakery section, but it's not on the scale of Target really.
Tia, hello.
Hey Tia,
How
hope
you
you're
doing?
well.
You've joined us. How are you, Tia? You've just joined us at the right time. We're just doing a little food taste test. So we're trying some of the biscuits we brought back from the States. We have the Harry Potter butterbeer flavour.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch, I beg your pardon. And the strawberry shortcake, which we're going
And
to
it
try.
says Graham on there.
Grams. It's pronounced grams. So we're going to do that as well. But I hope you're well. 709 followers. Well done, Charlie.
Well
you're wrapping up.
done.
That's 2 in the last 10 minutes. Tia said, I'm good, thanks. Hope you're well. We are good. We are good.
We're also going to try
Some little M&S.
a little M&S. You can't go wrong with a little M&S.
Well, Tia said, all goldfish, I've only ever seen them in movies or from influencers.
Right.
Well, I've never heard of these before. We bought that, and I said, there are some others, but we're going to try them on another live.
Yeah, we're going to try the other ones on another live, but they're just the normal graham crackers.
Right, shall we try these ones first?
Let's try those ones. Let's try these ones because they're a bit,
Just open one. Yeah, so I'd never heard of these before. I'd never ever heard of these before.
But Kelly has.
So Kelly has, and Tia has. So if anyone's not familiar, how would you describe these? Are these like digestives? The British equivalent. Oh my God, how many are you taking?
Yes and no. They're more like a sort of like a malt. I would call them like a malt cookie type thing.
Are they cute? Look, so you've got little barrels and little fishes. I don't know if you can make out the difference between one's a barrel, one's a fish.
And they smell
Oh, they do smell like butterscotch.
cinnamony to me.
No, they're really butterscotchy. Yeah, it's butterbeer.
I know it. I said, but it's butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
It says butterscotch flavored.
Let's try. Oh God, they're good. Oh yeah,
They are good.
they're incredible. I have some more of those. They're melting in the mouth.
And you're like, no, you're having all of those. Yes, I am.
These are deceptive, you know, because they're small.
They remind me of something we've had in the parks.
Do you know what they got? So the best way to describe, they do taste very much like butterscotch. They've got a beautiful, you know, that brown sugar taste you get. It's that.
There's also a saltiness to them. So you've got 3 shapes. You've got a barrel. I think is it a cup? Maybe.
Oh, I meant the cup. Yeah, the mug, and then the barrel. Oh, I see. Oh, here we are. So that's the cup.
Or is that an owl?
No, it's a fish.
No, I'm talking about that one.
Oh yeah, it might be an owl. I think that's supposed to be an owl.
I don't know if it's meant to be an owl or a cup. What do you guys think?
Those are really good. All right.
An owl or a cup?
Those are getting a good mark from me. Oh, Tia said, I like the mint Werthers. Did you get any?
Mint Werthers?
We did. Do you know what, Tia? We went to the German pavilion in Epcot where they do the Werthers, and we didn't see mint. I'll tell you what I did see, though, and I did get them for Kelly with the soft ones, and she complained about them.
I complained because, so with the soft, I love the soft ones, but Mark didn't get the soft one. So there's 2 types of soft ones. The soft ones that actually stick to the packet and you can't eat it because you have to scrape it off the packet, or the one that is exactly the same, but you don't have to scrape it off the packet. So they do 2. And Mark got the one that you have to, so anytime you open it, you have to, you know, like a kid, where all the sweet is stuck to the wrapper and then you have to eat it off the wrapper kind of thing. But it like spreads across the wrapper. So it doesn't, so it's a little bit like, oh, it's annoying. But they also do another one which doesn't. You can just open it and just pop it in your mouth.
That is really, really good. Do you know what you could do with that? If you were to crunch them all up and make that a base for a cheesecake, that would be amazing. That is so, so good. So it's the Harry Potter goldfish. Karina said the original goldfish is cheddar flavored. I used to play with them when I was young with a stick and dental floss as my fishing pole. Oh, bless you.
And that's the one we've got. We've got the cheddar one.
So we will try this on Friday, but this is your. I'm glad you said that because it's weird. It's in the. So that is the original look cheddar.
And that's the one I got. The original one.
That's the original one. So we will try that on the Fridays one. With a few other bits, of course. Tia said, wouldn't it be great if they had a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory section at Disneyland? Brilliant idea. Brilliant.
No, not in Disney. Do you know where we're... So they're building Universal in Bedford. Wouldn't it be good as a section?
Yes.
Because they can't have Harry Potter. So I know that they are thinking about Lord of the Rings. But Charlie and the Chocolate Factory would be... Imagine going into a room and you can eat all the stuff. That would be amazing.
Do you know what they could do, Tia? Actually, in fact, they could attach you to little wires and then you drink something and they lift you up like fizzy lifting drink. That would be brilliant. There's so many things in the original film you could do that. That would make a perfect world. It's so good. And it'd be amazing immersive experience.
That would be excellent.
Kirsty, hello.
Hey, Kirsty, hope you're well.
Kirsty, if you just joined us, we are trying some snacks from the States. So we've just tried this one, which is the Goldfish Harry Potter Butterbeer biscuits. I've had so many of these, probably about 4 biscuits worth, because these are really, really good. They're graham crackers, sorry, not biscuits. I keep right. Okay, open this one.
Cover it in chocolate and a miracle or two.
By the way, our goldfish basically mini cheddars. Someone describe them like that.
Yeah, basically.
They probably are. This one probably is. And what's interesting, actually, this one is in paper bag. It's in paper bag form, so it's not actually.
It's not actually in the foil bag.
No.
The candy
and the others are in foil.
He mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
Right, here we are. So this is the strawberry shortcake. What is strawberry shortcake? Is it just strawberry cake?
Yeah, like the one that we got from what cafe?
Oh, they smell really good. They smell. You know when you get
that's strawberry cake right there.
Ah, there you go. You know when you get strawberry ice cream, it smells a bit like that. Okay. Okay, got a load of these. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? Strawberry sauce. You know when you get strawberry sauce, you put it over ice cream. It reminds me of strawberry sauce.
But also you've got the hint of the cream in there.
Mmm. Oh my god, these are really good. I think these are going to be dangerous.
Because what was good in Target is they had all these limited edition ones, and I was like, yep.
Yeah, we would go through all the limited edition ones.
Yep. And I was like, we can try these on the line.
That's really good too. There you go. Now, Karina, I know you're in the States. If you get a chance, I would definitely recommend these two. We'll do the scoring in a bit. Right, so that's our US one.
Target.
That's our US ones.
We've got some more US stuff, but we'll try that in the next one.
We'll try that in the next one. Right, now we're going to move over, fly back over to the UK. And, right, we're doing all the sweet stuff first. The best thing is bringing back the snacks for friends and co-workers, especially from Walmart. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's funny, actually. When I bought a load of sweets back from my work colleagues as well. They had mixed reviews. No, Karina, nobody liked the Whoppers. I don't know why. They didn't like the Whoppers. So Whoppers are American equivalent to Maltesers. But they did like the other sweets.
Smells like yogurt.
Yeah, it does a bit, actually. So what's this one? This is the strawberries and cream mini bite. So this one's from M&S. Okay.
All right.
Here we are. This is our healthy look dinner. Clusters of cornflake shortcake biscuit, marshmallow, and dried strawberry pieces. It's actually, yeah, it's got a very sort of what's the word? You can taste the freeze-dried strawberries.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You can definitely taste the freeze-dried strawberries in there. Can I have a look?
Mm.
Not suitable for freezing. Who would freeze these? what we got? Glucose. Yeah. So it's got syrup, dried. Yeah. So it's got a whole range of stuff in there. So there's that one. Right, now, next up, we are going to this one.
Really welcome everything he makes, satisfying and delicious. Talk about your childhood wishes.
So this is the hot smoked salmon dip. This is one of Kelly and mine's favourites.
Yeah.
And we're going to try this with the tortilla chips. Right, here we are. I'm going to take a few of these, just so I'm going to have them au natural. So we've discovered, I think we tried this on the live before. These are really good. Right. But this dip is incredible. It's this one. Hot smoked salmon and dill dip.
Okay, that doesn't mean you take all of the salmon.
No. Mark's, hey Richard, how you doing? Mark's Jurassic City is coming. Absolutely. So this is the one I got from the parks. Right, here we go. That's the dip. Now, I'm going to state the obvious. If you don't like fish, this isn't for you. It's got salmon on the top, but it's got dills and pickles.
Capers.
It's really, really good. It is absolutely excellent. I'm going to skirt around the salmon.
So good. So good.
If you have a look, I've got a tiny bit of salmon in it. You can see in there. Can you see all the herbs in there? There's a lot of herbs, a lot of that.
There you go.
Right.
Really good.
We got to score these. So, first up, we had the Goldfish Harry Potter butter beers.
I'd give that an 8.5.
Yeah, I'll give that an 8. I think that's really, really good.
Yeah.
That's a really nice biscuit. It's got a lovely sort of butterscotch flavour to it. If you like butterscotch, that is for you, for sure. Right, next up, we have the strawberry shortcake grams.
I'd give that an 8.
Yeah, I agree, actually. I was going to give this an 8, so I can't decide which one I like.
Yeah.
They're both nice, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Right, next up, you've got the strawberry one.
Yeah.
What are you giving that?
I'd give that an 8.
I'll give that a 6.
You didn't like it?
It's all right.
I liked it.
I'd
give that an 8.
Last but not least,
I'd give that a 9.
I only give it a 10.
Wow.
I can't improve it. I was thinking, how would I improve it? And the way I improve it is to eat more of it.
I would improve it by putting more salmon in it. I'd put more salmon in it.
Oh, it's lost focus.
Oh.
Hang on. Let's see if I can get the focus back. Come to us.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
I'd put more salmon in it, for sure. And I'd do it in a bigger pot, I think. More salmon and more in a bigger pot.
But this is really good. So you can see it's out there. So this is our recommendation. If anybody is going to M&S, do try and get this. It's the, just one last time, the hot smoked salmon and dill dip. Really good. Now, how are you, Richard, by the way? Sorry, there was a stuff in our face on this dip, but it's a really good dip. How you been? What you been up to? How are things going? What's your latest vid?
This is our third one because I've got another one in the. We had one before. We're having this one, and I got a third. There's another one in the fridge.
So that's how much we'd recommend it. Right. I hope you. That's a very quick review, but that was our little review of it, all these things on here. Let me have some more of these. So where are we? See, I've seen that dip. I'm definitely going to try it. Give it a try.
Give it a try, and do it with these tortilla chips.
Yeah, they go so well. I mean, we didn't mean to sort of pair the two, but they seem to pair. Really good.
There are other sort of tortilla chips and stuff like that you can try, but these aren't fiery. These are not fiery chili at all.
No.
There's a hint of spice, which pairs well with the capers, and the salmon and the actual dip. Yeah.
So there you have it. Oh, I hope that was a very quick review. Actually, we normally do the review a lot longer, but those that's our bits. Richard said, "Got chocolate mint on my dinner, and it's like eating after eight." Where did you get your mints from? Where were your mints from?
Well, yeah, if you're going to eat chocolate mints, they are going to taste like after eight.
But what type of chocolate did you get it from? Is it Cadbury's? Is it something else? Drop it in the chat. Let us know. See, we are jamming this thing. It's so good.
Mark is eating so quickly, and I'm like,
You know what it is? It's a combo of the fish and the dill. Right, where are we? First, Mark and Kelly, guess what I had for my tea? I had chicken and pasta Cajun. It was amazing. My dad made it.
Nice.
Very nice. Did you have it a bed of pasta and chicken on it, or did you have did your dad chop up all the chicken and add it in?
Does Dad cook? Like, is he a regular cook?
Your dad's quite good at cook, isn't he?
That's nice when the guys cook, you know.
Richard said, I had 3 donuts and that's my brain. Richard, I don't know where you put it. Richard is so slim, and yet he can eat tons of donuts and stuff like that. Which donuts did you have? Did you have your favourite South End one, or did you have another type? Were they South End ones? Were they supermarket? Were they somewhere else? Let us know, because you always go for nice donuts. Brianna said, Kirsty, hi Kirsty, I'm sad today. I do not want to say why. I'll let Mark tell you. So poor Frion, it was his last day of school today, and he's a bit sad because it's his last day of school. So we're just trying to cheer Frion up a little bit.
I hope you are sort of like being a bit cheered up.
But I can totally understand that. You'll find that throughout life. You know, we went to a restaurant actually while we went to Bahama Breeze.
Oh yeah.
And somebody was doing their leaving do, and they started to cry on our next table. Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember them crying. I thought it was a birthday.
No. Well, both.
Yeah, because
it was a birthday, and she was leaving.
Because they were singing happy birthday.
Mark and Kelly, I cried while I had my dinner. Oh,
Frion.
It's fine, Frion. Don't worry about that.
It's okay to cry.
Richard said, Hackney Half, my last day out, and also I reviewed food. Have Yorkie honeycomb 1 out of 10.
Oh, dear.
Is it that bad? I've tried out Yorkie honeycomb before.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
I'm sure we've tried that before.
Yeah, we did. We did it on. I'm sure we did it on a live.
I'm still emotional about today. I feel sad and upset. Well, you will do for a while, Frion. And that's perfectly normal. In actual fact, it's a sign that the bond you had with your friends. And
you know what? It's part of the course, and you'll look back, and that will be part of your experience. That will be part of. It's part of life. It's part of your experience, and it will. You will feel that sadness again. You know, like if you've worked somewhere for a long time and you leave and all of that, and it is part of it's bittersweet.
But you'll look back on it and you'll remember how what good times you had at school. You will look back on it. Richard said, chocolate mint, the planet, mint that's crossbred. Chocolate mint, the planet. Is that the name of the place that makes them? I've not heard of that.
No.
What's it crossbred with? Richard said, I have custard Morrison's donuts, flowed by 80 and drunk umbongo. Oh God!
Umbongo.
I remember the umbongo drink. Remember, it used to go umbongo, they drink it in the Congo. That was the advert. Oh my God, do they still do umbongo?
Yeah, but they don't play the advert no more.
No. I do remember the advert from the 80s. Friel said, Richard, hey Richard, sorry, I'm sad on the chat. It's because of today. I will let Mark tell you. Yeah, so Richard, it was Frion's last day at school. So it was sad today. But look at this. We have.
Mark's like.
That is how good that dip is. So if you guys haven't had it, do try it. That is our recommendation for today. All right, I'll have a few more chips in and that's it.
Famous last words.
Since I come back from the States, I've got to start eating mega foods.
Why? You didn't stop before you went, and you didn't stop when you haven't stopped when you come back.
True. I'm still down in the dumps now. I miss my school even more. Oh, Freon. Well, you will do. Like I said, it's going to be.
It's normal. It's natural.
Yeah, it's going to be natural. But when you go to Ireland, I think that's going to help you because it's going to be a new environment.
Are you excited going to like a new school? Are you at least excited about that?
And what are you looking forward to most going for a new school? Let's look at the positives. What is new that that you're looking forward to? Look at things that are positives rather than what you'll miss. Which it's okay. I had a cry moment last week. Better out than in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know what you mean. You meant, Richard, because you put better out than me. But I know you meant better out than in.
Yeah.
So let's lighten the mood a little bit. Now, Dwayne was talking about his favourite concerts. Guys, tell us what was the best concert you've ever been to. Two things. The best concert you've ever been to. And here's one. Well, I the more the Chris I said I wouldn't. If you could get a time machine, go back in time to see any act, so it could be Elvis Presley, it could be anybody you wanted to see, who would it be? What would you go see? And when? You don't have to give a specific time, but you could just say something like Elvis. Yeah, take them away, please.
Yeah, because otherwise there'll be none left for the next bit, will there? Because you would have eaten it all.
This is true. So, who would you go and see and when? So, start with you. What was your best ever concert you went to?
New Kids on the Block and Janet Jackson. And I would go to see Bob Marley and Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
What, together?
Yeah, together. Those are the two that I would go to see.
Right. So, Michael Jackson. Let's start with Bob Marley. Bob Marley, what era? 70s, 80s, or 90s?
80s. Late 70s and 80s.
Michael Jackson, same question.
It's a tricky one because I don't know if I would do the Off the Wall album or Thriller.
Ooh. Now, if you did the latter album, you get both. That's a good question, actually, because if you do the obviously when they've just released an album, they're going to play lots of songs from that album to convince you to buy it. So would you do from Off the Wall or would you do from Thriller? Because if you did the Thriller one, it'd be mainly Thriller songs, but they would do some Off the Wall. Yeah. Off the Wall was before Thriller.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
So let us know, guys. Put in your favourite concert and who would you go see. So my favourite concert of all time was Stone Temple Pilots. That was my favourite concert of all time. Which is kind of like a grungy act, but really, really good. And the what was I going to say? My favourite, the concert I would most like to go and see. Well, that's a really hard one. I would probably say Led Zeppelin from the 1970s. That would be mine. That would definitely be mine. Freon said, where are we? Freon said, Richard, I cried so hard after I got home. Tears came rolling down my eyes. I ran to my room. Oh, you will. Like I said, Freon, it's perfectly fine to do that. It's perfectly fine. You're just going to be a bit sad for a bit. But think of all the things you're going to be able to do going forward. You're going to have Ireland coming up. You're going to be able to go and see lots of friends. You're going to have lots of time to yourself to be able to do. And
it's okay to be sad. And cry.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just normal for you to be sad. Richard said, back in 1994, the best concert in Paris in a hangar. I met loads of celebs, good times, and saying, Will Smith, he rapped. Really? You went to see Will Smith in Paris? Is that what you saw? Wow. In a hangar, no less.
Will Smith and who?
No, he said, I met with Will Smith. He rapped...
Side by side?
Side by side.
Side by side with who?
Who did he rap with? When would you see it? Oh, there you go. You got to see Will Smith.
So was this a concert where it was multiple artists?
That's just so you did you specifically go to Paris to see him, or you just happened to be in Paris and he was playing? Last year, I got pushed in a rave by some dudes trying to dance. There were ladies. The lady got to the front. She went, shouted at this guy, best dancer. My sister walked back and said, "Go, Rich." So, because you like raving, I know Richard still likes doing rave.
I never liked rave music.
Okay. Oh, I remember it in the 90s. I do remember Two Unlimited and a few of the other bands as well. This is going back somewhere. So our younger viewers will not know Two Unlimited or these bands. But they were, I did like those. I do remember it. I wouldn't say I would gone to it, but the fact you're still raving is impressive. And is it 90s rave that you still like doing? Because that's the kind of the year I was associated with.
I said.
Oh, yeah. That's a fact.
There you go. No, I was never into all of that sort of thing. Firestarter was okay.
That's Prodigy.
Yes.
I remember the Prodigy.
Yeah, but they were on the rave scene.
Yeah. True. So guys, let us know your favourite concert. What concert would you go and see if you're going to go and see one? Let us know. Put it in the chat. So like I said, you got to see a semi-concert, didn't we, when we went to Epcot?
Yeah. But
I can't remember the name of the artist.
Diane Diaz.
That's it.
But they had things like, they had like Billy Ocean there and all of this. And I was looking at it, but there wasn't anyone well known that we knew, because I don't know who Diane Diaz is. But I'm assuming she's well known in the States. But she was then, she did a few songs. And her songs were, and her voice was pretty good. Her songs were really good. So yeah.
Richard said, rave again this year, backed by popular demand. And yes, got lots of vlogs. It's bonkers, very famous. Sold out last year. This time got special tickets. Tell us more. Or do you want to keep this as a surprise? You want to keep the location as a surprise. Karina said, the last concert I went to was New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, and I don't blame you, because I would have been there by your side. That's my least favourite of theirs.
The rat stuff.
Mine, God, they did so many good ones. My favorite girl. Oh, she's my favorite girl. There's that one. And
it's just like they're in the room.
Step by step.
Oh, God.
Baby,
I remember that one. Yeah.
Gonna get to you, girl.
It's one of those... It's one of those things, right? When you actually hear Kelly doing it, I go, "Oh God, yeah, ooh baby."
Yeah. And there was one. There's what's the one that Jordan and Joey sing? Oh God, because Evelyn absolutely loved Donnie. That was her favorite. Mine was obviously Jordan Knight. Oh yeah, please. Don't go, girl. And my friend likes cover girl. I can't remember the tune of it now.
What was
She's
it?
like, cover girl.
This reminds me of when we went to Vegas. I got dragged to see Boys to Men. Oh.
It's not even the same. It's not even.
I know, but it's just. I tell you what it is. It's so funny because when you sing these songs, right? I now picture them. Do you know what I mean? I can just, because I don't always associate the artist with the song. So when you hear someone, I think, oh, that, I didn't realize they did that song. Step by Step, I knew they did.
Please.
Freon, don't keep dwelling over it. Honestly, if you keep thinking about it, you're just going to become more upset. Think of some good things as well. All right, Freon, tell us, what is your favorite movie? What is your favorite movie? This will take your mind off of it. Tell us your favorite movie. Richard said, must be earplugs at the venue, as is to be 156 decibels. Sound is a must. Plus, made friends last year. Brilliant. So, God, you got to tell us this place. You've got to tell us this place. Karina said, have you seen Jordan's chest?
Not recently.
What, has he bulked out, or has he put more weight on, or has he had a tattoo done? Please don't go, girl. Say Karina.
Don't go, girl.
Oh God, you're going to start her off now, Karina. Freon said,
Please don't go, girl.
Freon said Shrek or Star Trek. Which Star Trek is your favorite? Which Star Trek do you like? Oh, and I love Toy Story. Again, which Toy Story? 1, 2, or 3? Karina's like.
You would ruin my whole world.
Right, put your glasses on. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Sorry, it's annoying me. I've got all the
Tell me you'll stay.
Oh, the first Toy Story. The first Toy Story is really good. Now, when you watch our video,
go and wash your hands.
Yeah, when you watch...
never ever go.
Oh God, I'll let her sing. If there's anybody left on the live,
I love you. I love you. I guess I always will, girl. Anyway, if you know, you know. And a few years ago, me and Evelyn, we didn't get tickets. We just rocked up at the venue. This is what me and Evelyn always do, right? We never get tickets for any artist. We just rock up to the venue and we just get the tickets. Even when they're sold out, we still rock up. But we watched NKOTB-SB, which was New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys. And Nick pretty much looked like he was doing a concert all of his own, basically. But I thought it was a really good concert, really enjoyed it. I wish New Kids were coming back over soon, but they haven't been over for years. The next, the other concert that I love? Bryan Adams. And it was Evelyn that got me into Bryan Adams.
Oh yeah, I remember we went to Bryan Adams. Where was that? Was that Wembley?
Yeah, obviously I knew Evelyn loved Bryan Adams, and I don't think she'd been to see him in concert before. So I went on eBay and scored these tickets, and we went to the venue, and we were looking for our seats, and she's like, "Oh, where'd you get them from?" And I was like, "eBay." And she didn't say nothing, but I think she just thought, "Oh God." But we got in, fine, we got our seats and all of this, and she was like, "I just didn't think they were going to be real tickets." And I was going, "Well, yeah, you have to read like the reviews and blah blah blah." Anyway, so we went to see Bryan Adams then, and then the following year he did the O2, which was a better venue because it's smaller than Wembley, and that was a really good concert. And then we got tickets because he was going to play at the Royal Albert Hall. But then, 2020 happened and they kept pushing it back. So in the end, we just got a refund for the tickets. But I do still love his old stuff more than his newer stuff.
I mean, what a difference. Bryan Adams to New Kids on the Block. Risha said the rate this year is a special. It's 180 BPM to a whopping 280 beats per minute. Because the DJ from Europe is going to join, and it's like a world exclusive. Which DJ?
You wouldn't know the DJ.
I know some DJs.
Interesting.
Karina said, "Kelly, would you ever go on their cruises? They've got cruises.
If
they do a cruise,
it was economical, I would. I've only heard about it once, so I didn't know it was a thing. I just thought that they went on that day. I didn't realize that it was a regular thing, but I do remember Donnie talking about it one time or something, but I just thought it was that cruise.
They do cruises.
So yes, if it was economic, if I could get it more economic in my price range, yes, I would go for sure.
Where was it?
And Evelyn would go as well.
Oh my God, I had no idea they do. So how does it work? They're on the cruise and they perform on the cruise, is that right? Is that how it works? Okay, but do they own the cruise themselves? Is it their specific cruise?
They don't own the cruise.
They just appear on it.
But it's a cruise that they would do daily, and they're on the cruise.
No, I get it. Like Vegas, when you got resident guests, they don't own the hotel.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Hell no. Freon said, Kelly, see, when I'm in Ireland, I just hope I don't cry again. But if I do, it's for a reason. And it's fine too, Freon. Do you know what? The only thing I would say to you, and I'm going to say this in a bit because when I read your second comment, Karina said, my sister danced with Joey in Vegas. Oh, really?
Trying to make me jealous.
Was it
trying to make me well gel?
How did that happen? Was it actually on the performance that they did, or did they just happened to be a nightclub and they just happened to dance? So, guys, throwing it out to you, has anybody danced with anybody famous, whether it be on the same dance floor? You don't actually have to dance with them. Has anybody done something like that? I've got to say I haven't.
I have met Jordan Knight though before.
You have met Jordan Knight. But has anybody done something similar? Let her know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Richard said, I see you have a circle like Kelly's eyes. Yeah, you can reflect it in her glasses. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do have the circle light. So otherwise, I've got to say, when we don't have the circle light on, it's really dark in here. Brianna said, Mark, can I make you and Kelly a promise, a summer promise about me? I promise not to cry. Do you know what, Friel? No, but it's okay to cry. The only thing I'm going to say to you is this. I don't want you to be upset the whole summer. Your summer's going to be really precious. You get to do what you want for 3 months. I don't ruin it. Honestly, don't let it affect you, because I wouldn't want you to go back to college in September where you'd be miserable the whole time.
Yeah, I would say don't wallow.
Yeah.
Like, accept the sadness. And, you know, understand that you're going to be sad, because it's almost like you're mourning something, which is absolutely fine. But don't wallow in it. Don't be in the state that you can't move on from it, because that's not healthy. Accept the sadness, accept that you're going to be sad, accept that, you know, that part is sort of gone.
Yeah.
And then just say, right, okay, you know, and enjoy it for the time that you had, because you were very lucky to have that time. To be so sad about it means you really enjoyed it, and you're going to miss it and stuff. So be happy for that portion of time that you had, you know, and enjoy it for what it was. And now you're going to have new experiences, but don't wallow in it, because it's not good for you. So be upset, understand that you're upset, and accept the sadness, but then it's like, be happy for that portion of time.
Think about it, Frank. I know why you're upset, because there's also been a place you've been there for a number of years. And there's also been a safe space for you because you've enjoyed it so much. But think about it. Remember, you moved from primary school to secondary school, and you were able to do that. So you look how much you love secondary school now. You didn't think in primary school, oh, I'm going to hate it. I know, you know, it's going to be bad. You went ahead and did it, and you really enjoyed it. So your next thing will be equally as good. When you go to college, you're going to equally love it as much as secondary school. It'll be slightly different, but you will love it. You will get to enjoy it.
Just don't live your life in the past.
Yeah.
Accept the past, accept the sadness, and then welcome the new chapter. Do you know what I mean? Welcome the new part of life. You know.
Where are we? Karina said, yes, they have a week-long cruise, and it's the only new kids on the block they perform. Oh, really? So you can only get to see them on the cruise. There you go. Wanted a cruise. Kelly's been itching for a cruise. I've been thinking about it. I do not want to get dragged onto a new kids on the block cruise, but
I wouldn't drag you on. I'd drag my bestie.
On that as well. Can you imagine that? Oh God, that would be my nightmare.
Listen,
the only entertainment.
We'll enjoy ourselves for a week.
I'm going to say for an entire week, I'm going to have to listen to New Kids on the Block. Rich has said, Anger Fist is one of them. Forget the other. Listen to it. Well, I haven't heard of them. I've got to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Anger Fist, I've not heard of. Forgot the other one. I've listened to a track to see. Karina said, my sister and her friend were walking down. Right, this is how you got to dance with New Kids on the Block. My sister and friend were walking down a hallway, and New Kids on the Block happened to also be there. They started talking and singing, as you do.
I know. I was just thinking, oh my God, I don't know. I'd be like, what? I don't know how I would react. I remember how I reacted when so I won a competition. Was it me that won a competition, or was it my friend? No, I won the competition. So I won a competition, and I brought my friend along with me, and it was the Baby, you know I can give it to you. So it was Jordan's solo career at this point. And I had bought his album, and we were like really excited, and we got in to meet him. And then he was signing the cover of the album that I had bought. But he messed it up. And I was like, don't desecrate it. And then my friend was like, Kelly, like this. And because that was the only one I had. I didn't realise he had spare ones. So he pulled a spare one and signed that and gave me that. However, it didn't match because it is the American version and not the British version. So the cover what he signed and the thing doesn't match now.
And yet somehow life goes on.
I know.
Karina said, well, no, we read that one. Kirsty said, Freon, a new chapter begins for you. Absolutely. These are very wise words, Freon.
Yeah.
How exciting. Great memories of the past, but amazing new beginnings.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Freon said, but what happens if I feel uncomfortable and I keep saying I miss my old school? What am I supposed to do? Well, Freon, like I said, remember, when you went from primary school to secondary, look how much you love secondary school. You didn't miss primary school because you love secondary school. And the same will happen again. You won't miss secondary school because you're moving on to something new. And also think about it. All your friends, it's not like you're moving country. Say you were living in South Africa and then you move, all those friends stay with you. All your friends are going to be around. So they're not going anywhere. So if you do miss your friend, you can always go and see them.
But I feel like now is the time. Now is your time, if that makes sense. So now is the time that you can take all the opportunities, grab everything with both hands.
Yeah.
And you're a bit young to think about this, but this is what I ask a lot of people. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Now, you're a bit young to think about where you want to be in 5 years' time. However, what you want to think about, I suppose, is what opportunities are going to open up to you in the next 5 years. And I accept all the blessings. Accept all the blessings. There's only, you're going to have so many blessings that you have to accept them. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, yes, be sad because obviously that is a portion but you can't stay in secondary school forever.
No, you can't.
You by the end of it, you'd be bored. I've got to leave this place. I can't stand it. Da 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 da. So, although you feel that maybe mentally or you weren't kind of prepared to leave, but you are in a position now to accept whatever blessings come your way. Do you know what I mean? And you have to look at it that way. You can't live in the past. You couldn't have stayed in secondary school forever. It's not practical. Do you know what I mean? Your mind has to grow. You have to grow. You have to get your experiences and all of this. Because I'm assuming one day there is a profession, a job, or whatever it is that you want to pursue. But you can't pursue that if you're going to stay in secondary school. You have to move on.
It'd be weird if you were at school and there's like a 60-year-old man going, yeah, I'm still here. I didn't want to move on.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Risha said, is it Tuzuyu? I can't pronounce that name. Tuzuyu? Dance with for like a few minutes. She's a famous K-pop band. I knew you would have a crush on her. The group called Twice have a crush on her. Big time. Well, I'm going to have to go. I won't be careful about Googling this, but I might Google it to see your crush. But so this is your question, and you've danced with her. Where was it? Was this in London? Karina said, as a cruise passenger, they do. This is going back to New Kids on the Block. As a cruise passenger, well, we really now know, Karina, your jam. We really know like what you like now. You are one big passionate New Kids on the Block fan. As a cruise passenger, they do best decorated contestants, and you do get to meet them. You've really researched this. You put a lot of thought into this, right?
She's been on the cruise. You've been on the cruise, right?
It sounds like more than once.
Yeah.
Freon said, Kirsty, thanks. I'll take that into consideration. Very wise words from Kirsty. Very, very, very wise words. Like I said, Freon, just think about those things as well. You're just feeling it because you had such a good time at school. You're thinking, well, it's never going to be as good. It will. Think, like I said,
be plenty of things that are going to be
just as good. Yeah. When I left school and I went to university, I thought I was at the same. I was just thinking to myself, oh no, it's not going to be the same. But it is. But it's good, but in a different way. It's in a different way. Karina said, "Oh, that was for your signing thing." Richard said, "Met loads. So I'm going to meet loads of celebrities on Friday, like tons." Where are you off to, young man? Where are you?
Will it be celebrities that we've heard of, or will it be like people that we don't know?
Where are you going?
Yeah.
What have you got planned?
He's going to a rave.
Oh, well, this Friday. I'm not sure that. No. I think this is something different. He's saying You're going to meet loads of celebrities as well, because Richard does go to a lot of events.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
Richard
did the
does,
home
yeah,
show
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So so he does go to a lot of events.
Mm.
Karina said, "I've never been on the cruise." Sad face, teary emoji. Would it be something that you'd want to do? Is this on your bucket list? Would you want to do it at some stage?
I don't know if it's on my bucket list, but I would do it. Like I said, if it was in my price range, I would do it.
Richard said it was in a Korean shop. Queued and got there early. We had a chat. Can send you pictures if you want. Oh yeah, send me the photographs of you meeting this, because I like to see your photos when you send those in. So yeah, send those over, Richard. All right, this time will be people everybody knows, but no spoilers.
Oh, okay, all right.
So keep an eye on that for Richard. So no spoilers. But he will be meeting some celebs. Are you going to film it, Richard, or is this going to be just meet? Karina said the cruise is not inexpensive. I'd imagine it wouldn't be. No disrespect to New Kids on the Block, but they're not so much in their heyday now. So I can imagine it wouldn't be so much.
They still, do you know what? They tour a lot of the States quite often, actually. And it was a little bit of a debacle because I can't remember. So Donnie was married to someone at the time, and I can't remember who it was. And he was playing in is it Blue Bloods with Tom Selleck? Was that the show? Anyway, he was doing that show, and New Kids weren't doing anything at the time, I believe. And they decided they were going to get together, and the person that he was married to at the time did not like that. And I think they split up because of it.
Oh.
And then he got together with the one who does The Masked Singer. Is it what's her name? The blonde one. She was married to
You're asking me, I wouldn't know.
You will know her. She was married to, who's the guy who plays Liar Liar?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
yeah. Jennifer something.
Yeah, is it McCartney? No,
yeah, Jenny McCartney, yeah. McCarthy or McCartney.
Something like that. And
Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, and then they got married. Yeah. And I think they're still together, right? They're still together. I think she has an autistic son or something like that, I think. Because so she was with Jim Carrey, and I can't remember the reason why they split up. But then and I don't know how her and Donnie met. But yeah, they've been I think they're still together, right? They've been happily together ever since.
Now, anybody coming on this live would never have thought this is how you get your New Kids on the Block news. This is this is hot off the press.
Evelyn would know more than me because she reads everything.
I never expected we would go on this, but this is what I love about doing the live as well, because we always like you guys to kind of dictate what we like
you
us to talk about.
You never know what you're going to talk about. Yeah, but
so there you go. So we've got New Kids on the Block, and we've got a couple of New Kids on the Block fans.
And you know what happened? So when I was growing up, I wasn't a New Kids on the Block fan at all. And I was just one of these girls. Oh God, there's another group out that everyone loves and whatever. And one summer, so they've been out. I think they've been out since '89 or something like that. Anyway, so one summer I had gone to my grandparents. So people were into Bros, they were into New Kids on the Block and all of that sort of stuff. And I went over to my gran, and there's this program in the UK called Ghost Train. Don't know if you ever watched it on a Saturday, but It was called Ghost Train. And it was like a little bit like Number 73. It was one of those types one of those types of programs. But it was called Ghost Train. And I remember, and all summer they kept playing Carly, but you won't, baby. And I was just like, oh my God. And that was the song, because they did a remix album, and that album, I absolutely loved it. And that was where they did. So they did a whole load of stuff on it. And I was just like, oh my God, I really love it. And so I came back from the holidays to school, and I was just like, oh my God, I love New Kids on the Block. And my friend was like, huh? Since when? Anyway, so at school, I had one friend who loved Donnie. And Donnie went through a period, and I don't know if it was real or not, but he didn't wear any deodorant and stuff. And so this is what he used to say. And then my friend, she decided not to wear any deodorant and stuff. It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
What on earth made her think that was a good idea? Anyway.
Mistake. And so she just because when you're a fan like that, because I mean I love their music and that, but I wasn't a fan like that where you just did everything. But I remember Jordan used to wear these black bands, and I remember getting the same black bands, and I would wear these black bands and all of this, and I wore them for years. And anyway, so she decided she was not going to wear any deodorant and all of this. Of course, everybody talks about it because, you know, you're of that age, the smell is unbearable and all of this type of stuff. And it just shows you what a fandom, what it sort of creates, because, you know, and I remember we went to a concert and she was crying, and I had never experienced. So while I loved Jordan and I had posters and everything all over my room and all that, I didn't get to the point of crying for the artist. But I mean, there was plenty of, you know, I'd seen people like really crying for Michael Jackson or crying for Madonna and all of this. And I while I love them and I totally obsessed about them, I didn't get to the point of crying. But I've had a couple of friends, cry at their concerts and everything.
There you go. Right, you're gonna have to sing it for Kirsty, because Kirsty sang along. She wrote "Step by Step." Go on, sing it.
Ooh, baby, gonna get to you, girl. If you know the dance,
Kirsty, you even got the dance with it. She goes, "Thanks, I will have that stuck in my head all evening."
Step one, we can have lots of, and then you know they would do the thrusting in, and I went to a club. And I had to. They called me on stage. It was my birthday, and this. If you live in London, there was a place in Croydon called the Orchid, and everybody went to the Orchid. If you're from South, you would have had the. If you're from
Koreans, but step two.
There's so much we can do, and I got up on stage, because they called me, and it was like a Caribbean sort of thing. And then they were going thrust. So I had to think of the thrust. And then I thought of how they do their thrusts. And then I was like, And then when it got to number 5, I was like, And then Pearl was like, so I got a friend, and she's like, you like, the first one you were like, huh? And you were just trying to get to the beat, and then the two, and then when you got to the 5th one, you were just like, Because in my mind I was thinking of Jordan, how he does the thrusts for up to step 5. So yeah, that was.
Oh, if only in those days people were filming. Richard said, I sent. So I'm just thinking of you doing that on the stage. I sent to Kelly what the on WhatsApp the picture of this singer. They're called from a band called Twice. Twice have 9 ladies in the group.
Ah, okay.
That's very much your go on, chair. You dance with her.
Wow.
That's impressive, Richard. There you go. So I've not heard of Twice.
I've not heard of any Korean groups. The only.
Oh, you must have heard. What's the
BTS?
BTS.
That's about the only.
You must have heard of BTS.
Yeah, but you're saying BTS as if there's loads I should have heard of. BTS. What other ones have you heard of?
Oh, there's one called. Is it Pink Black or Black Pink? There's another one I've heard of.
I only know of BTS.
But BTS are very, very famous.
Yes.
I mean, they are.
Huge. They're extremely, extremely well known.
Didn't they do a duet with Ed Sheeran?
No, they did it with what's his name from Coldplay.
I'm sure they did a thing with Ed Sheeran.
I don't know if they did one with Ed Sheeran, but sure. I know they did one with Chris Martin.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock already. I know we're going to go a little over 8, only because we were so late getting on.
Yeah.
We have such big technical problems. We just couldn't. Kelly, still on the Disney high, I think. Send me some, please. Yeah. We're sending you some of the Disney magic from these. I think it's also we're on a sugar high because we had so many of these. What was I going to say? Yeah, we've got still some bits and bobs to try. We've got so many sweets from the States. And it's funny, actually, because a lot of these preservatives and stuff like that are banned in the UK, so we can't get them here.
I bought a couple of sour things into it because people like them sour things. I'm not a lover of them types of things. But I also bought Nutter Butters and Butterfingers. And I bought these like other sweets. So I bought some sour things and all of that. And people are like opening up all these sour things. I'm just like,
Nerds.
Well, they're not sour.
No, they're not.
But yeah, there are like all of these sour. I'm just like.
But yeah, we are still on our holiday high, Kirsty. It was brilliant. Do you know what it is actually? I think I was walking around the parks, a permanent smile on my face, because it's always it's the, as you know, because you've been, it's that whole ambience of it. It's not just going, it's the music,
being there,
yeah, and all of that, the weather.
But the thing is, so it rained for quite a lot of the time that we were there, which was really, really unfortunate. And I am not one for rain. I am not one for rain. And I was like, you're still going to go to the parks, aren't you? I was going, yeah, but I'm not going to walk around in it. I'm not going to walk around in the rain and being wet and stuff. That's not a good time for me. But so our hotel room is really basic. There's just like a bed and one chair. And I was just like, So I would rather go to the parks and do some filming. And what I did, I edited some shorts, and then I was putting up shorts and stuff, because what better place to work? Do you know what I mean? I like, you could just go. So I just sat down. I worked on some stuff. I put it up. So I did like some shorts. I've been putting up shorts since we've been back and stuff like that. And I thought I'd rather sit here in the parks, like in Starbucks or wherever, and work, rather than sit in our boring room with one chair.
Yeah, so that was the downside. So to cut costs, we did go to a specific hotel, which was a bit cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, well, because we stayed at Avanti the last few times, and we stayed at Avanti this time. But I feel like, so I had said it was Mark's birthday and stuff like that. So as I was telling Mark about this, because he didn't know half the stuff that I had done or was trying to do. So I rung the hotel. So before we went, I rung the hotel. They just hung up on me 4 times, right? I didn't even get to. So ring, ring, ring. They picked up the phone, put it down. Ring, ring, ring. Pick up the phone, put it down. So
that's insane.
4 times they did that to me, and I was just like, and I thought, right, well, they might be really busy, but you could just pick up the phone. We're really busy at the moment. Is it possible that you could call back in like an hour or so?
Don't answer it. Why would you?
Yeah, they just picked it up and put it down.
That's
picked
even
it up
worse.
4 times, and I was just like. So then I went through to reservations, and I left a voice note for Sergio, who again didn't bother to call me back. And then I sent an email. They didn't respond to my email until we got there, right? So so I had done it at the beginning. So 4 days. So this is after almost 9 days now. They contacted me and said, oh, yeah, we've received your email, blah, blah, blah. Because I was saying, right, it's my boyfriend's birthday. I'd like to do something. Is there anything we could do? Blah, blah, blah. And she finally got back to me. When we checked in, I spoke to the reception. She goes, yep, there's a charge and all of this. But because Mark and I were together pretty much the whole time, I couldn't go to reception to sort of say. So when she emailed me, I responded to her within 10 minutes. So after I received the email, I responded. She didn't come back to me until the day before we were about to check out. And then she said, oh, I see you're checking out. Oh, maybe next time, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, and that's the sort of customer service. So it wasn't just one, it was several. So every day we would leave a tip in the room for the housekeeper. One day she came in, she didn't even do the room, she took the tip.
Yeah.
You know what she did? She left 2 pillows and took the tip.
You've already thought, oh, I've got to do something here. I need 2 pillows.
Yeah, she didn't tidy the bed. And that would have been the minimum that I would have required, is just for her to tidy the bed. And every day we left a tip. Every day. And I know it's not the same housekeepers, different housekeepers. And I was just like, this place, in my opinion, has gone downhill with regards to customer service. And I just thought to myself, I cannot, in all good conscience, when I come back to Florida, stay here now, because I feel like customer service is what the States are known for. Because in the UK, the customer service is not even close to the States. It's not.
I have to say, I mean, even from a Brit, when you go into the shop, they go, hello, how are you? Can I help you?
Yeah.
Immediately.
They're on it.
God, when I go into England, they say hello, but if you can never find someone to help you in a UK shop.
And the thing when you go into a shop is, like, before, to be fair, in the States, it used to be a little bit of a hard sell. But now when you just say, oh, I'm just looking, thank you, they will leave you alone. But they'll say, if you need anything, please come and ask me. And it's all like, please come and ask. And I know they work on commission, and I know, about tips and stuff like that. But it's nice. Like, in other places, they're not even expecting anything, but there's like, hi, how are you? Yeah, let me get that for you, blah, blah, blah. And there was one time, so we went to Cheddar's, and there was a guy that we had seen last year. I don't know if he remembered us, but he's like, talk to me, mama. Like, it was just so funny. And I was just like, but they're on it. In the UK, you don't get that type of service. And if you go to France, you go to France, you're not getting that type of service. You're not. And if you go to a restaurant, they're happy to switch things out for you, to swap it for something else. UK? No. Some places will swap it out. Some. If you know the restaurants to go to, there are some restaurants that will swap it out. But other than that,
Richard said BTS are so boring. Now, Stray Kids more popular than them because BTS members is an army. Yeah. BTS do have an army of followers. They
do have an army of followers.
That is true.
That's why they might be boring to other people, but to their army of followers, they're not boring.
Kirsty said, how many nights were you away for in Florida? It goes so quickly.
We were there for 14 nights.
Yeah, and it went, honestly, Kirsty, you're absolutely right. It went like that. And we didn't do as many lines as we wanted to because the weather was so bad midway through the holiday.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because who was it saying to us as well? Who was telling us to be careful because of the lightning? I've forgotten who it was now.
Oh, I don't know. Was it someone on?
Yeah, on the line.
Oh, I was going to say, was it someone on the line?
On the line.
Oh, is there someone on the line?
It was.
Would it have been Kirsty?
No, it wasn't
Karina.
Kirsty. It was. Oh, my brain. No. Young lad, 13.
Dwayne.
Jensen. Sorry, Jensen. My brain's good. So Jensen said, God, and that was the thing. It was like bolts of lightning and all of this. So for 2 or 3 days, and it was bucketing with rain. So we couldn't do it. So we wanted to do more live than we actually did.
Yeah.
Richard said, oh, I like the review on the holiday insight info. Thank you. We do try to do that for other people because they're we wanted you guys to be able to see what they do have there. I did review the bits and bobs again, but it hasn't changed that much since we were there 6 months ago.
Yeah. The thing is, I feel like there's free shuttle. The positives about Avanti is it's economical. Yeah. It's in a good location, and they have a really great pool as far as I'm concerned. They have the 2 Starbucks on site, and if you stay in, my advice is if you stay in block 1 or 4, that's really good. You're close to the bus shelter, and they have a free shuttle service that takes you to Universal and that takes you to Disney. The cons. How late did the Disney bus turn up?
Oh God, yeah. So, well, that's one of the other things as well with the Disney bus. The driver was a bit of a maverick, so he would turn up when he wanted to. There was one day he was really late, and this British couple stormed off. They were fuming. And he said, "You've just done 5 circuits." And this is the problem. They go to so many hotels to pick up. So if you go by taxi from Avanti, it's probably about 20 minutes. If you go by bus, it can be up to an hour and a half, closer to 2 hours.
2, yeah.
Because he has to go to so many pickups. It's so long. So there was one day, I think we got the bus just after 9 o'clock. And I was thinking, oh my God, it's 11:30. We still haven't got there.
And there was one time when the bus was so noisy there was something there was something wrong with the bus. It was and it was awful. And then there was one time when it was raining, all the water came through the.
Oh yeah, so the skylight would open. He couldn't shut the skylight, and of course the Florida rain is torrential. It's absolutely torrential. So it's flooding through this skylight. And of course the driver goes, "Oh, there's nothing I can do about it."
Yeah.
And he just carried on driving because the people in the back were getting soaked because it was coming right through the skylight. But then, of course, as it hits the ground, it splashes up everywhere.
Not only that, he couldn't. It was so steamy on the bus. He couldn't see through his windscreen, and I was like, I said to him, "This is the last time I'm taking the bus. I'm not taking this shuttle anymore." And he had to pull over. Eventually, I was like, someone needs to wipe his screen. I drive, right? And I know that would be a danger. He couldn't see.
Yeah.
And he had to finally, after about 20 minutes of not being able to see, being on our version of a motorway, by the way, he finally pulled over and then he wiped the screen. I was just like, no, this can't run. I was like, no. We're not taking this bus back, and we just got a lift back or Uber,
taxi, Ubers,
Lyft or Uber. I was not about to put myself through that, and all of that sort of craziness, and so there was that. The Universal bus was really good, but the Universal bus was part of Universal. The Disney bus was just some hire company, and they overfilled the bus. They got to so one day they got to our hotel, right? And I said to Mark, right, well, I can't remember. I think we were going to get on this bus, I think. And everybody got on the bus, and then Mark said so the bus was 40 minutes late, yeah, because it was supposed to leave at 9:40. It turned up at 10:15. Right, so it turned up at 10:15. There was a family that it was three. It was a mother, father, and child. He didn't even bother. He already called his car, his Lyft, his Uber, or whatever, and he got in that. When the bus arrived, by this point I had already called our Lyft or whatever, because the guy was already 40 minutes late or whatever it was. So I had already called a car. Anyway, he turned up in the end at 10:15. Bus was packed. And then you had all these people trying to get on the bus. And we were just like, why is he so late? Now you have to go online to book a space on the bus, right? There has to be some type of health and safety. I don't even think they were concentrating on any type of health and safety. So then all these people piled onto the bus, and then another family got off because they were complaining and all of this. And I was just like, in the end, I was just like, no. I was so glad the bus left, and I thought, I'm sure we're going to get to the park before they get to the park. Mark was like, yeah, God, yeah. 20 minutes later, we were at the park. 20 minutes later.
If you drive directly, it is so much cheaper.
Right.
Richard said you should have a full video, like questions and answers on your holiday, like upsize and downsize. That's a good idea, actually. We will think about doing actually a live where we just do Q&As.
Yeah.
But we kind of do this now. But
he's talking about
a video itself.
No. To like a Google feedback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a feedback to the
good idea, Richard.
Oh, you should.
No, you should do a full video. No, a video.
Question and answers. Okay. Oh, I see.
So yeah, just a video on the upsize and downsize. No, we're looking into that. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good idea. Yeah. Karina said there are many workers here who just do not appreciate having a job and yet complain about their living conditions. It is frustrating and shameful. Yeah. Well, not just listen. I've got to say, Karina, I'm going to say, because there's lots in the UK like that. I've got to say, Americans do work very hard. I really do take my hat off to Americans because when we were getting Ubers and stuff like this, these Uber drivers are doing like 14+ hour days.
Yeah.
So they do work hard. I know what you're saying. Some do. I mean, this driver, I won't mention his names, but he couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I mean, when the water's bucket. He said, "Oh, there's nothing I can do." Oh, God, yes, there is.
But that was because they were always a different driver.
Yeah,
it wasn't the same
It
driver.
It was one particular driver.
Yeah.
Kirsty said, that's the thing. It's good deal with the free shuttle, but wouldn't rely on it, especially with a young child. Yeah, no,
totally.
Kirsty said, I would say driving from iDrive to the parks, if you have a hire car, isn't too stressful. I would do that again next time.
Do you know what? And I really do want to take some lessons. And one day I'm going to go for a longer period and I'm going to take some driving lessons and probably hire a car. The only downside now is everywhere is charging for parking.
Yeah, the parking's really expensive, Kirsty. It really is. And they charge the daily rate. I forget how much. It was
like 20. Well, it used to be $25. I don't know how much it is now.
I'm sure it was more than that.
But they were charging at the parks. Now, parking at the parks used to be free back in the day.
Yeah.
So you could go to the parks and it would be free to park. I remember because my stepdad used to drive everywhere. We drove to every single park and it was free parking. Then the first year in 2017, so I hadn't been for a few years. Then we went in 2017 and I saw, oh, it's $25 for parking. I was like, huh? That was shocking to me. But if you buy an annual ticket, the parking is free. So if you have if you buy a universal annual ticket, the parking is free. I don't know if it's free with Disney. I think it is. But I just feel like you're already paying loads for the ticket to then charge for parking as well.
Yeah.
And that was pre-pandemic. That wasn't even during that was pre-pandemic. 2017. It was a good few years before the pandemic. And to be charging, and I don't know how long they had been charging for parking prior to 2017. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like it was a shock. And because we were getting the free shuttle, so we stayed at Homewood Suites and we were taking the free shuttle, and the free shuttle was a bit better then. But I don't know how you can book onto a bus and it be totally full. And there are families there. I mean, we are very, very lucky because we were able to take Ubers and Lyfts and stuff like that. But there will be families there that can't afford to do that sort of thing. They're going as a family. They've spent so much money on the holiday. They can't then have money to then go and take Ubers and Lyfts and alternative, And if you've booked to do a ride, so if you're in a virtual queue and you've managed to get that virtual queue, and your bus is turning up 40 minutes, you're not going to get in there in time in order. And we did. So remember, I think it was in May or November last year. And I think it was November. And there was a young couple and they were at the bus stop. And they had to then book a cab because they had booked on, it wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy. Was it Tron? It was either Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy they booked on. And they had booked their virtual queue. Now I was on it in the morning for Guardians of the Galaxy because they open their virtual queue at 7 and then they give you a group and you've got to be there for that time. And this young couple, they were waiting for the bus. Bus was so late, didn't even bother to turn up till however much later. We hadn't booked anything, so we were fine. And we just hopped on that bus. But they had to take an Uber in the end, bless them. But the thing about Avanti is it, like I said, it's basic. You've got your bed. You're not going to spend all day there in the room and all of this type of stuff. The only downside for us was that it rained and we did have to spend time.
We had no choice.
We had no choice because it was raining. And so there was one day where I just went to the park because it was raining. And I said to Mark, I'm not going to sit in this room. I'd rather go to the park and work on stuff. And therefore, if he wanted to then go out and on your birthday, which was lucky because so I booked to capture your moment, and I couldn't figure out whether to do it after the lunch, or, because we hadn't booked the lunch. We were just going to rock up and see if we could get a reservation. And then Mark had a second plan in mind if we couldn't get a reservation at Space 220. And I just thought, well, I can't risk booking the capture your moment because I don't know first if we're going to get a table, and if we do, what time we're going to get a table, and then how long are we going to spend eating and in the restaurant or so. So I decided to do it before. The only one that I could get was at 9:30 because the next one was at 11, but I knew we'd have to be in the queue for Space 220. So we were late, and we got there to do the capture your moment and all that. Then we went for lunch, and then after that it rained.
Yeah.
So if I had done the capture your moment later, we wouldn't have been able to do it because it would have rained.
I do. So capture your moment, for anybody not familiar, means that you can book to have your photographs taken by one of the Disney photographers.
Yeah, and they do a photo shoot for 20 minutes. And so last year Mark got it for me and I chose Japan. This year Mark chose Italy.
Yeah.
So when we rocked up, and I knew that they didn't have an appointment at 10 o'clock because 10 o'clock was offered. So we were about 15 minutes late, and they were like, yeah, no problem, and still gave us the 20 minutes. They were great, and there were some really nice pictures which I will incorporate with the when we do the video.
Richard said, it's because I go so interested in your holidays and I totally tune in. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks for the feedback, Richard. We'll definitely look at doing something like that.
Sure.
Because it's 100% totally. You need to work out where to spend the dollars. For us, being able to jump into a hire car anytime with backup clothes and snacks, etc. With a kid makes the price worth it. If that makes sense. Oh,
totally.
That makes a lot of sense because it's almost like a mobile hub, isn't it? If you need any snacks or stuff, you can just nip out the park, go get them, and go back in.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. I mean, the one thing there's a downer when you don't have a car is the fact you've got to carry everything with you. That's what gave me the bad back in the first place, because I had to carry this huge rucksack with all the camera equipment in it, water bottles, and it all weighed it down.
I think for me, if I was confident in driving, and I'd probably weigh up the cost. So we set aside, we probably spent about $200 to $300 on lifts and Ubers. And you might think, God, that's so much money. But if we had hired a car, it probably would have cost a bit more because of the parking and stuff like that. But if I was more confident in driving, I probably wouldn't hire a car for the entire trip, but to get out and about and to go and visit places, like to go to Celebration or to just go a bit further afield or whatever, I probably would hire a car for a couple of days and go and do lots of nice things, because there is freedom with a car.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can go when you like. I mean, obviously, with a taxi, you are bound to the time frames are there. And I always was conscious if we were out too late. I always have it in the back of my head, oh my God, I don't want to be out too late in case there's no lifts around, because then you are stuck.
Yeah. Oh no, there's always lifts. Yeah. There's always lifts and there's always Ubers all night long. I think that's the thing as well. Before, it was like really difficult to get around Florida if you didn't have a car. I remember, the first time I went in 97. And I remember we stayed at All Star Music, like it was new then, we stayed there for 3 nights, and then we were going to go down to Daytona, I think it was, or Cocoa Beach or something like that. And she was explaining us, she gave us a map, you got to drive down here. I goes, oh, we don't have it. Y'all don't have a car? She was so shocked that we didn't, because everybody in the States drives. Everybody in the States.
Yeah.
And she was so shocked that we didn't, and we were 2 young girls. We didn't know anything about the States and all of this. And then she was like, okay, well, you can take the Greyhound. You've got to get to here. So we took a cab. Went to the Greyhound. And I was so scared of this bus station. I was just like, oh my God. If anybody's seen Adventures in Babysitting or A Night on the Town, it's got 2 titles. It might even have 3 titles. It was very much, the girl was in the bus station. She was very scared. And that's how it was for me. It was very unfamiliar. It was out of the theme park and International Drive bubble and all of this. And I was just like, oh God. But yeah, it was a bit scary. And then we ended up at some other bus station. And, being inexperienced, I just took a card off of the phone box to phone to get a hotel. And the guy was like, yeah, you're coming now, right? You're coming now, right? And I was like, yeah. And we got in a cab, and then and my friend was fed up with me by this point because I was just worried. And then all of a sudden I just blurted out, I go, is it safe where we're going? He goes, no, it's not safe. And I was going, oh my God, could you? He goes, yeah, I'm going to take you to somewhere safe. And he took us to a Best Western, which was just over the way. And when we got to reception, I was like, "Is it safe here?" And she looked at me as if I was crazy. And she's like, "Yes, it's." But it just shows you, because I was very naive at the time. I didn't know anything, and there wasn't internet where you could Google things and all of that type of stuff. But that was wild.
Karina said, one of the things I love about visiting Europe is not having to drive to go anywhere. The transit system there is so much more superior than here. Well, it depends where. Like, London has got a really good transport system.
Yeah, it does.
Other parts of the UK, not so good. But I do know what you mean. I mean, I was always shocked with LA, with a city that big, that this transport system isn't as good as it probably should be.
Yeah, it was very surprising to me that at the time when we were looking in so when we went in sort of 2017 and 2018, I wanted to get a train to Miami, and it was going to take 7 hours, and I was like, huh? But now apparently they have some, I want to say it's called the Bright Line or something like that. And there's a quick now transit to get to Miami to Florida. But
Keegan, hello.
Hey, Keegan.
We are good. How are you? He said, "Oh, Kelly's skin is looking better." There you are.
Thank you. It is. Yeah, this side is much better, obviously, but I didn't get as many scars there. But this side is clearing up quite a bit. So yeah,
you're stopping picking them, which is good.
Well, there's no scabs now,
which is good.
Right. You know what? I had my false nails. You see,
and that stopped.
And then I couldn't. Yeah. But yeah, it's so there's a fast train now that goes. I still don't know how long it takes, but I think it's relatively new. I think it's only been in the last 2 years, maybe 3. I remember sort of watching someone on YouTube saying that they were going to get this train. And and I just thought, one day, we can just hop on a train. And...
Karina said New York City is great, which it is. The public transport is really, really good.
Yeah.
San Francisco Bay, which I've never been to, is horrid, she said, though, which is where she is. I didn't know that. I think it's one of those things as well. I do get it, because obviously if everybody drives, there's no real, because to have public transport, you need the passengers that are going to pay to use it. But if everybody drives,
sorry, I was going to say, I think that's the reason why everyone drives. So when I went to Texas, there's lots of homeless people, and even in Vegas, there's lots of homeless people and stuff like that. And you're taught to drive at such a very young age in the States. So it's just a given. Everybody drives. So that's just a given. It's a rarity to come across somebody that doesn't drive. Here, there's loads of people that don't drive. They haven't passed their test, or they didn't bother taking it because of the transport links that we have here. And even if it is a lot more difficult, on the outskirts, you can still get a train to the outskirts. But what I found surprising, but I wasn't really knowledgeable about Uber at that point, is even when we go to visit your parents, we had to wait for a taxi firm and all of this, and there was only like 2 drivers, and they dropped off someone first, and then they had to come back and pick us up, and all of this type of stuff. It was very weird.
Karina said Americans also, for some crazy reason, put a high value on their cars. They use cars as status symbols. I get it though, Karina, because I think because you've got such a vast country that, to get anywhere, you do need a car, and not everywhere is accessible. So I do get it to a degree. Oh, you get your driver's license at 15?
Yeah, they get it very young. They take it in school and stuff. Like you take the theory in school and stuff, don't you? But I understand. So I listened and I watched a lot of American TV growing up and stuff like that.
Oh, hang on, 1 sec. Kirsty said, my favourite way to travel around Britain is by train. Do you know what? I've got to say, I'm enjoying this more and more, Kirsty, actually, because we did travel around the south coast. And the train drives there is amazing, because the train actually hugs the coast. You get to see the coast. I'm trying to talk Mark and Kelly into doing some train dining reviews. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I think, if you go to Italy, and I remember taking the train, I can't remember if the train was from Bologna, and we took the train, or was it from Venice? But we took either the train, but we would have done all of them. So we took the train from Bologna to Venice, and then Venice to Florence. And the scenery and the hills and all of that was absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I haven't seen anything like it since.
Oh.
But yeah, I think that where you guys drive from a young age.
Well, yeah, Karina's saying the schools offer driver education. That's really good.
Driver's ed.
They don't in the UK. You have to pay for it all yourself.
Yeah, and so, but where you're taught from a very young age, then you're driving, and it's safer to drive. But when I went to Dallas, there was lots of homeless people, and I remember sort of being outside the hotel, and a homeless person came to speak to me, and he was going, look, this is $1. It's $1 from New York. Like, it's like, imagine, from New York. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
All right, we've had a request from Kirsty. So the GWR Pullman Dining Review, it's on my bucket list. All right, we have looked at that. I think it goes from Farringdon Station. So we will have a look at that.
No, it goes from Victoria.
Oh, is it Victoria?
Victoria.
Kirsty said, Karina said, yeah, Kirsty. And Kelly, I have taken the train from Venice to Rome. I also from Barcelona to Paris. I love riding the train.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a few of you do want us to do a train food review.
I have taken the train from Salou to Barcelona, but again, the train ride was very long. It's not as quick as it is in the UK. But again, that was another really nice train ride. We went there and then we came back. But yeah, I would like to do the Pullman for sure.
So it's on our list. Anyway, guys, it's gone 8:30. So I think we shall leave the live there. But thank you so much for joining us. We had a really good chat with you, as we always do. Excuse me. Also, thank you for indulging us in our review of the goldfish and what's left of the M&S. So, as always, although that's it from our Getty's tips and things for today, we will be back Friday, 6:30 UK time, where you can talk about anything you like. And we will look forward to seeing you then. So have a wonderful week. Freon, if you're still on, just relax. It's going to be fine. You're going to be okay. And like I said, we will look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Please don't.
Oh no, I've got that out of my head. Right, before we get that in your head, we will say adios. Have a wonderful week, guys. Do look after yourselves. Please do take care. Thank you for the conversation. We are blessed to have you on our channel. We really, really are. And we will look forward to seeing you guys on Friday.
Yes, and I'm going to start editing the videos for the holiday. I don't know if I'll be able to get one done for this Saturday, but I'm definitely going to try. And so look out on MK Vacays, where we start our holiday vlogs.
Our little travel day. Okay, guys, do take care, and we will see you on Friday. And don't forget,
you're never too old to have fun. And melt my cheese.
Melt my cheese is the one. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Right, I will find this mouse. Here we are. Now, we were doing a lot of mess here, so I found it. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.